Hey everyone, Herrera here, your fearless leader. I'm going to show you the one stretch that's going to help you not only with back pain and sciatica, but it's also going to help you with any kind of pelvic floor dysfunction you may be having. All right, so I'm going to get started. I'm going to start with the seated stretch first. So I'm going to sit down. When you sit down, make sure you are in excellent posture. Cannot do this stretch like this, okay? Sit up really tall. Take your left leg and place it over your ankle, over your right thigh. Make sure that the bone is off the thigh, right? We don't want to, you know, the bone, the ankle bone has to be off. You're sitting tall. You're going to breathe in. You're going to feel an intense stretch in the back of your hip. Now, why is this important? Because why? It's the piriformis muscle. Right? And this muscle is deeply connected to your back and to your pelvic floor. So the first thing you do is you just feel the stretch. You take a couple of breaths. Then if you want to intensify the stretch, lean forward. Now that's really going to open you up. So, you know, if you find that you're having pain, make sure to ungrip the pelvic floor. Everything has to be relaxed. Everything has to be open. And then you lean forward. You hold the stretch there for anywhere between 10 seconds to 30 seconds, but the longer you hold it, the better it is. Come back, okay? And then repeat on the other side, okay? So this is called the force stretch. Now I'm gonna show you, because a lot of women sometimes wanna do it in bed, I'm gonna show you this stretch laying down, okay? So now, when you lay down, make sure that you're being really careful. You lay down in this way, then you come here. You start with your knees bent. Really super important to start with your knees bent. Take the left leg, put it over the right thigh, grab here, and then hold it and breathe in. And release. And breathe in. And release. And then you can bring it even closer, right? But remember, every time you bring this thigh closer, you're stretching the other hip. So you want to be really careful how you do this, okay? So this is the one stretch that I feel, and I'm going to come this way, would really help you to open up the low back and to open up the hip, okay? Now, here's another stretch that I'm going to give you. Now, all these stretches, by the way, if you really want to learn these stretches, explore my Press Yoga program, because my Press Yoga program has a tremendous amount of stretches, okay? And I'll put the link in the thing, okay? Now, I love this stretch when you have back pain, when you have pelvic floor dysfunction, when you have sciatica. Now we're here, now you can see my balance is a little off, right? This leg goes back. I recommend that you hold on to something, and then you're gonna sort of turn the hip under, and you're gonna create this incredible stretch right in the front of your hip. Now this is stretching the hip flexor, right? The anterior compartment of your hip. So now we're creating balance between the back by using the force stretch and this one, this hip flexor stretch to open up here. Now, I hope that the camera can capture me. If that's too difficult, you can bend the knee here and then do this hip flexor stretch here. Now, with this one, I do encourage that you do engage your transverse abdominal muscle, right? I talk about this all the time. Just research me and media and you'll find that. So you're gonna bring your belly button in and up, and it's going to intensify this stretch. So between, and I'm going to get out of this really slowly so I don't hurt myself. So between the force stretch and the standing hip flexor stretch or the kneeling hip flexor stretch, you are going to create balance for your low back, right? For any kind of sciatic issues that you may be having, but most importantly, for the pelvic floor. Right? So these are my recommendations, and this is what I recommend that you do. And if you want to explore further, check out the Press Yoga program. But if you do these two stretches, you're going to get a tremendous amount of relief. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for being part of my community.